Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, please subscribe. And if you've been here before, thank you for your continued support. Today I wanted to kind of talk about my art journey, my story, how I got started and things like that. So I'm a self-taught artist, and my background is in engineering, business, and finance. And I've always loved art, but it was a tough game back in the day before, social media and things like that. It was hard to get gallery representation, and I think that I just didn't have enough confidence in my art to truly pursue it. And so I chose a different career path, and it's been really good for me. But a few years back, I suffered a loss, and I was looking for something to kind of take my mind off of it, and I turned back to my art, and it was so therapeutic for me that I just kept doing it. And I started what I started doing was like showing my art on my Facebook to just family and friends, and then I got an Instagram account and started showing it on there, and I got like a lot of positive feedback, and I didn't realize just how much I loved art. And then I was so inspired by all these other artists that I saw that were making their art a career, and they were selling art online. And I thought that, I had really just been, how do I say it? Though I loved my career, and I've been successful in my career, art really just filled a void in some type of a way. I can't really explain it, but when I started painting again, I felt like I had finally started doing something that I was meant to do. I didn't exactly know what I wanted to paint or anything like that. I just knew that painting made me happy, and it just really filled something in me, and I didn't want to turn away from it again. So like I said, I started showing my artwork on Facebook and Instagram. I started even selling like right away. It was really weird. I was so like humbled and appreciative that people loved my art. I just didn't realize how quickly I would be selling things. And look, I can't say that in the beginning that I could support myself financially or anything from my art, but it was just really like shocking to me that people wanted to buy my artwork. So I thought to myself, like it would be my absolute dream would be to do art full time. Right, currently I'm still working in my career. I'm gonna retire in a little over a year, but after that, I want to just dedicate my life to my art, and selling my art, inspiring other artists, things like that. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, I'm looking down because I wrote down like little bullet points, or I'll go off course, so just ignore me looking down. Another thing I wanted to do was find a place to sell my art. So in the beginning, it's very confusing on what's the best way to go about selling your art, how to price your art, how to market it, find your ideal clients, I guess, or collectors or whatnot. And I tried a couple of like art selling sites, and they just really weren't for me. And it seemed like I didn't have control of my artwork, if that makes sense. It, like, say, I started to think, what if this art selling website or whatever it was, what if it shut down? And then all of the work that I put into it goes away. So I kind of veered away from that and focused on just building a website, and then marketing my art myself. And I mean, I think it's a harder road, and you get slower progress, especially if you're like me and not very social media savvy, I guess. But I've learned a lot in this time, and I'm slowly but steadily building my client list and email list and social media. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm a lot farther than where I was when I started. And I think I'm happy in this place and the way my business is growing. So for me, I think the best places are Facebook and Instagram, and that's where I've gotten most of my clients, through Facebook groups and things like that, word of mouth. And Instagram is so visual that it's like the best place for artists or photographers or creators, or, stuff like that. So I would say, if you're looking to just start, I think Instagram and Facebook is the best way. I know that people think that Facebook is like for older people, not so much young people, but that is definitely not true. That's not what I've seen. I've definitely gotten most of my clients from Facebook, to be quite honest. I'm still building my Instagram, and I'm working on that, but Facebook is definitely my go-to, and to capture clients and keep them with me. I think Facebook has been the best for that. So another thing I wanted to talk about was just finding your artistic voice. I remember when I first started painting again, like I wanted to paint everything. Like everything was interesting to me. And like I said, I'm self-taught, so I was just painting any and everything, and I liked the things that I was painting. I would do seascapes and landscapes and things like that, but it wasn't until I had someone commission a pet portrait that I really found what I love to do. It was, I just got a different feeling from doing pet portraits, and then also wildlife portraits of animals and things like that. And it wasn't until I started doing more of that that I really found my groove, and I really found that marketing was easier for me, because I really loved what I did. I could connect with people easier because I was painting things that really spoke to me and connected me to my audience. So my best advice on that is, in the beginning, paint as many things, use as many mediums as you would like, just to learn and practice your technique. And for me, there are artists that paint whatever is popular at the time, or that are very commercial, I guess you would call it, very commercial. And to me, that didn't make me happy. Like painting things just because other people wanted me to paint them was not what I wanted to do, and it didn't make me happy. So, people buying my artwork was really great, but I really loved doing the pet portraits and wildlife portraits. And so I guess my advice about that is to find what you love to paint and then market to people that like that thing also. So, but if you're totally fine with just painting whatever, you know, just as long as you're painting and you like to do lots of different things, go with that. But for me, it was, I wouldn't mind painting animals and pets and stuff every day of my life. I just love doing it just that much, and I feel very connected to my clients, their pets, or their fellow animal lovers, and we kind of connect through that love of animals. And I think that's what I was really looking for with my art. So my best advice is to paint what you love and then find other people who love that thing too and market to them. I think the best advice I've ever gotten though is to not compare my artwork to other artists. Like, we're all in our own journey. We're all at different stages in our journey, and comparing your artwork to theirs is kind of unfair to yourself. The only artwork you should be comparing your work to is your older works. So you're looking for progress through your work. So you're comparing your newer works or current works to your older works, and then gauging on how much you've grown as an artist, as opposed to comparing yourself to another artist that may be at a higher skill level, may have been doing their art longer than you, and things like that. So with that being said, those are my best advice tips. That's my story. I'd really love to hear your guys' stories if you're a creative in some type of way, and you've found your way in the art world. I'd really love to hear your guys' stories too. So you can email me, or you can DM me on any of my social media. It'll be in the description box. And thanks for tuning in. Bye.